when you say platform to a customer, they don't always think that. Like sometimes what they think is, oh, I'm buying these 3 products and it all comes from the same vendor. And that's nice. And I expect them to kind of play nice together, but it, shared metadata, I don't even know what that is. Maybe you have that, maybe you don't. And so that's the first thing. So I've got several examples of companies that I work with, and they said, well, we're selling this tool, but we're against these guys and they sell a platform. And so it does all these things. And we just do the one thing. How are we going to beat them? And the answer is, well, let's look at the platform. First of all, often the platform is not actually a platform. Often it's just a bunch of tools owned by the same company. And there is no integration between the tools. So picking your thing as tool number 2 is exactly the same as picking their tool number 2. All you got to do is educate the customer that that is true, if it's true. Right? Second thing is, in the platform, often the individual piece parts aren't all that great. Or there's some of the piece parts that are really bad. Really bad.
They've been busy building all these broadly applicable features.
Exactly. They're building all those things. Where you come as the specialist tool vendor. Now, if you're selling to a customer that, they need all these things, but the thing they really need is this thing, and you sell that thing, then you sell on that. You come in and say, you know what? Use their stuff for the rest of it. That's fine. But this, dude, you're giving up all this stuff by going for the generic half-assed version of it over here in the platform versus my specialized tool. And so the platform has the advantage of one vendor, right? One piece of paper to sign. If something goes wrong, you call one company. One throat to choke is how we talk about this at IBM. So, one company and all that sort of stuff. If you're the tools vendor, you got to sell on the value that you're going to get working with a specialist vendor, a specialist tool. Like he can do a whole bunch of things that this thing can't. The other thing you've got is that same thing you had with the, market leader versus the specialist. Like you've got this focus that the other guys don't. And so, if you haven't got a bunch of value you can deliver because of that, it would be weird. Like for sure you do. And so there's that. And then now let's play it the other way. Let's say I'm the vendor of the platform and I'm trying to position against a very strong individual tool. Well, what I'm trying to the strengths I've got is, look, if you buy that tool, they got some extra stuff that we don't have for sure. Yeah. But you're going to have to figure out how to make that thing play nice with the 15 other tools you have around it. This has all been done for you. We've already done it. Hopefully that's true. You can't say it unless it's true. But if it's true, you should talk about it. It's already been done. And you can also talk about, if you actually are a platform and you have shared metadata, then you can talk about, well, this is how all these things all play nice together. And you are never going to get that from stitching together that standalone tool with these other things. This is, Salesforce, for example, sells you the CRM, Sales Cloud, and then they come in and they say, well, you should buy our marketing automation platform. Not because it's the greatest marketing automation platform in the world. I think we kind of admit that it's not. However, it is the greatest marketing automation platform if you already have Salesforce because of all this nice integration.